What's up, YouTube? No, that's gonna be weird. Hello. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm very nervous. I felt like I had so much to say, and now that a camera's in front of me, I don't know what to say. Just talk. That's all you have to do. You can do this. Hi, everyone. Happy Sunday. It's Sunday, 4th of July weekend. I don't know about you, but I definitely needed that long weekend to just catch up on life. I have been wanting to do YouTube for a very long time. I felt like I had a lot to share with people, but there was a lot of fear around judgment and talking to a camera, and I just wasn't ready to do it. God, stop saying Quick intro to me, especially since this is my first video. My name is Dani. I just turned 40. That's scary. For as long as I can remember, my friends, coworkers would all make fun of me and call me a hippie for my holistic habits and just the way that I did things. I was drinking my honey lemon water every single morning. I remember telling my friend to put vinegar in her laundry when she was washing her clothes. She thought I was crazy, and then she tried it and she's like, wow, there's really something to this. So even though this has been a passion of mine for decades, I'm realizing that there is always more to learn, and it's easier to learn when you have a community, especially like a community that you can build online on social media. I've started a blog for the purpose of further building this community. The blog is called EUMIE, which stands for Enlighten, Uplift, Motivate, Inspire, Empower. It's linked below, and I will start posting articles on my blog about all the things that I talk about in my videos, so you all will have a place to go to reference that later on after watching. So let's talk more about fitness and why I finally decided to open up my life on this vlog. I've realized in the last few years that while I had a lot of knowledge about fitness and weightlifting, I was struggling with the application of that knowledge to get the results that I wanted. I was in the military. I've been lifting weights and running for years. I mean, I'm 40. I joined the military at 19. I was somewhat lifting weights even in high school. So, you know, we're talking 20 plus years of me being in this fitness space and trying to learn and grow and figure things out. I can honestly say that when I was lifting weights and going through those motions, it was not with intention. I think that I was literally just going through the motions. You know, I would try to do a dumbbell curl and I'm just curling. I didn't really understand muscle to mind connection. I didn't really understand progressive overload. I also did not understand how to apply the nutrition rules to make the gains and see the progress that I wanted. Yes, lifting weights, yes, running, yes, working out, but without intention, without purpose, without a plan, so not getting the progress that I wanted. Side note, and I think a lot of you can relate to this, so 3 years ago, my boyfriend brought home a gift for me. It was a surprise gift. I went outside to find that he had an adorable little puppy in his truck for me. This puppy is Maverick. He is my baby. I absolutely love him, but he's a German Shepherd. He's my first German Shepherd, and I didn't know much about the needs of that breed or what it truly took to raise a German Shepherd puppy from a puppy, literal 8-week-old puppy. I won't go too much into this. This is not a dog training vlog, but I will just say that raising him and giving him what he needed on top of us both working very busy jobs, I had to sacrifice a lot of my personal time to train him, to exercise him, to give him what he needed. So my fitness went on the back burner for about 3 years. Pair that with the fact that I'm getting older, that I really wasn't concentrating on my nutrition, and this is what you end up with. I don't think I look terrible, but I'm definitely the heaviest that I've ever been in my life, and it's been very challenging trying to lose weight going into 40. I'm sure many of you can relate to that. You know, whether you're raising kids, whether yours is a puppy, whether it's a career, the older we get, life doesn't slow down. It just gets busier and keeps moving forward. Prioritizing our fitness and our nutrition needs becomes much more challenging. I say all that to say, please don't feel like you have to look like a fitness model or a fitness trainer to share your fitness journey. I truly believed that, and that's part of what took me so long to start sharing my journey, even though I've been dreaming of doing this for years. I was afraid. I didn't think people would take me seriously because I don't look like a fitness model. I don't look like I lift weights. And honestly, I didn't want to subject myself to the judgment that comes with posting online. What is more important to me is sharing my story with you all, because I have come to learn that if I can help just one person who might be in the same position, maybe you want to share your journey, maybe you want to post online, or maybe you just want to get started. If you don't know where to start or what to do, my hope is that I can motivate you to do that. So as I said, I kind of took a break for about 3 years. Yes, I would do some working out here and there. Didn't really have my diet on point. I mean, I eat fairly clean, but not monitoring calories, not monitoring protein intake, just eating fairly healthy meals, right? When you're eating, let's just say, maintenance calories throughout the week, and then you're binging on eating out on the weekends, you're really in a surplus. And that's kind of how we ended up where we are, right? Turned 40 in May. I started taking my fitness really seriously in April. That's when I would say I got locked in. The cold was gone. The sun started coming out. I could feel alive again. That was when I put together a fitness routine. I downloaded the Strong app, which really helped me. So there's 2 apps that I use that I highly, highly recommend. I'll link them below. One is the Strong app. I use that one to track my workout routine. I love it because you can go in, you can set up templates, you can build your own routine, you can add in rest timers, you can add in like drop sets, warm-up sets, you can make custom workouts if they don't have your movement in there. It's fantastic for my needs because I didn't want somebody else's plan to follow. I wanted to put my plan together for what I wanted to do. Actually upgraded and bought the paid version so that I can go in and customize all my workouts. Like I have so many folders, I can tailor those. So if I want more of like a 4-day-a-week split or a 5-day-a-week split, I have those in there. Highly, highly recommend the Strong app, especially if you're just getting started. It almost gamifies working out. It also takes out that mental exhaustion of like going, okay, I need to work out, but what am I gonna do, right? If it's all already in your app, then you don't have to think about it. You literally just get dressed, put your shoes on, go to the gym, and pull up the app. It's right there. Please, please, please use that, especially if you're struggling to get started. The other app that I use, Fidia, is what I use to track my meals. So I use those 2 apps to stay locked in. I put all my meal plans. You can do custom meals in it. I've tried MyFitnessPal, I've tried the Fitbit app, I've tried several apps in the past for tracking calories, and for whatever reason, this Fidia one just does it for me. I'm sure there are others out there. Look, use what works for you. Use what you're going to use, right? I don't want you to download an app that I say to download and then you're not going to use it. So if you don't like it, don't use it. But both of those apps do have free options. I do actually pay to get the upgraded options because I love them so much, but they both have free options so you can try them out. Just see what you think. What I love about Fidia, and I'm sure other ones do this again, but this is what draws me to it. So I go through on Sunday and I'll put my meal prep for the week. And that's kind of what I use, or Saturday. That's what I use to plan out my meals. And then that way, all I have to do is copy the day throughout the week. I can make small tweaks as needed, but for the most part, I have that day and I can just copy it. It just makes it so easy to stay on plan, which is important when you're trying to start your journey. So I started out doing 4 days a week back in April. It's now July and I'm up to 5 days a week. So my current split is Monday, I do legs with a glute focus. Tuesday, I do a push day. Wednesday is a rest day, but I do cardio on my rest days just to get that movement in. And right now my cardio is literally just incline walking on the treadmill. I do get a good sweat going. It's not an easy stroll, but we're not doing running or crazy HIIT or anything like that. Thursday is a pole day, and then Friday is leg day, quad focused, and then Saturday, so the weekend is where it'll fluctuate, Saturday or Sunday, depending on what we have going on. One of the days I try to do another cardio day, and then the other day I do a full upper body. Typically I try to do my full upper body on Saturday, but the reason that I like this split is that at the end of the day, if we have a busy weekend, if we're traveling, if there's just too much going on and I just literally can't get a workout in, at least doing my Monday through Friday ensures that I get 4 good lifting days and a cardio day in, if I have to sacrifice the weekend. So this is just what works for me. I always say the best fitness plan is one that you're gonna follow. Don't feel like you need to go doing somebody else's routine. Do what works for you. And in fact, for people who are struggling to get back in the gym or start their fitness journey, I usually recommend that they just go walk on a treadmill for a while. I know for me, when I've fallen off the wagon and I really has just fallen out for a long time, it's hard for me to get back into the motion. And one thing that will help me, and again, takes out that mental fatigue, is to just go get on the treadmill and walk. It starts helping me set aside that time per day to work out. I don't have to think about what I'm doing. It's very mindless. In fact, you can, be on your phone or read a book or do whatever you want while you're on the treadmill. But it just starts helping you set that practice of setting aside the time in the day for fitness, getting that discipline, getting that consistency, and then when you feel ready, you can start incorporating weights. Same can be said if you're just starting out your journey. I know for me, sometimes I can be very uncomfortable in a gym, especially if it's a new gym. I don't know, I'm just weird. I'm so awkward in public. I like to know where everything is. I don't like to just wander aimlessly through a gym looking for certain equipment and feeling lost. So if you have fear and intimidation about the gym, again, treadmills are usually very easy to find in the gym. Most of the time, they're right in the front. So what I recommend to people is just go in and get on a treadmill. And guess what? From the treadmill, again, in most gyms, you can typically kind of observe what's around you while you're on the treadmill. You can watch other people working out, you can see what they're doing, you can see the lay of the land, see where all the equipment is. So I just find that it's a low pressure way to start getting you into the habit of going to the gym and working out. You just progressively add other things as you feel ready. But yes, that's where I am with my fitness journey right now, and just some tips that I have for those of you that may be struggling to get started and get into a disciplined, consistent momentum of working out. So now that we talked workout split, let's talk a little bit more about food. I know I mentioned the Fidia app and that's the app that I'm using to track my food. I feel like the food part is probably more important than the fitness part. Listen, don't get me wrong, I love fitness and exercise and working up a good sweat. I think there's nothing better, and I truly do feel that just setting up the discipline to work out and go to the gym on a regular basis can help you in other areas of your life if you're struggling to set up those good habits. But food, very, 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 very important, because a lot of your effort in the gym will be for nothing if your diet is not in check and on point. And I do feel like a lot of people struggle in this area because there's so much information out there about food and nutrition and what's right and what's wrong. And I don't know that there is a right or wrong. I think you have to pick what works for you. Everybody has different ideas about what is healthy, what kind of foods they like, what kind of foods they don't like, what they're willing to try, what they're not willing to try. So you have to pick what works for you. But these general guidelines will work for whatever your diet is. I think that they go hand in hand. They support each other, but if all you could do was focus on your nutrition, I think you could start to see a few results. Now, again, it depends on your goals, and we'll get to that topic later, but you would start to see some changes in your body if you just lock in on your nutrition and put the fitness and the exercise to the side. My maintenance calories, I think, are probably around 1,800 calories a day. I don't know if it's perfect. I have the Aura ring, but I don't know how accurate the calorie tracking is on that. So when it comes to calories and figuring out maintenance and a deficit, etc., I feel like it's like a science project. It's so exhausting. So I'm still kind of in the middle of this science project. I try to hit 15 to 1,700 calories a day. More importantly though, I try to get 130 to 140 grams of protein, 1 gram per pound of body weight. I try to prioritize that over calories. Now, obviously, I'm not going crazy on calories. If I have really not been disciplined and I have already gone way over on calories and I'm way low on protein, that might just be a day where I don't hit my protein goal. But I do try to make protein an absolute top priority, and I have started to see the most changes from doing that. So protein, 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 get your protein in. I have so many friends that tell me they skip breakfast or they eat like a granola bar or a banana for breakfast. And I'm like, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? Lock it in, get your protein in. Honestly, I would say aim for 30 to 50 grams of protein for breakfast. You need to be eating big breakfast. Now, that being said, don't eat 30 to 50 grams of protein right before you go work out. If you're a morning workout person, I do like a small pre-workout snack before my workout, but then after my workout is when I hit the protein heavy. But you want a lot of protein in the morning. And you know what? It makes it easy so that at the end of the day, if you're falling behind, you don't have to like stuff yourself with a ton of protein because you've been diligent getting that protein throughout the day. If you can make breakfast, lunch, and dinner 30 to 35 grams of protein, that's a pretty sufficient amount of protein right there. 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight is about what you want to aim for. That's where I'm at right now. I'm trying not to use the scale too much. This is a tricky one, right? I know it's a tool. I hate it some days. I've been struggling to lose weight. So since April, I can see physical changes in my body. I can see my muscles popping out. I can see my arms leaning out. I can see my legs leaning out. I feel better in my clothes. I see the changes, but that scale has not moved. 138 to 140. That's where I've been since April. It goes up and down, but it's just not moving. So really what I'm trying to use the scale for right now, because my personal goal is not to lose weight. I don't care as much about the weight as I do the body fat. That's really the key here. So what I use the scale for right now is a tool. I'm really just using it to keep myself in check and make sure that it's not going over that 140, that we're staying at that 140 and that we're not creeping up. Because if we're going up, then that means my calorie intake is way too high and I'm doing something wrong and I need to step it back and lock it back in. Everybody's gonna be a little different about the scale. If you can use it and not let it kill your motivation, then I think it's a good tool to use just to help you figure out that maintenance and the calorie piece of things. But please, if it starts discouraging you because that scale is not moving, just stop using it. Use a tape measure or pictures. Use progress pictures. Those will be so much more beneficial to you. But that's what I use the scale for. I do weigh myself pretty much daily. It's more to collect the data. I'm also a data nerd, just so that I can see the trend lines and make sure that I'm not creeping up. Last thing, we're gonna talk about goals, because your fitness plan and your nutrition plan all tie back into goals. You don't want to just follow somebody else's fitness and nutrition plan if you don't know their goals or the goal of that plan and if it aligns with your goals or not. So when I say goals, I mean, do you just want to lose weight? Are you just looking to drop numbers on the scale? Do you want to lose inches off your waist? Do you want to lose body fat and gain muscle? What are the goals? Are you doing a body recomp? Are you doing a bulk? Are you doing a cut? All of these things. You need to figure out your goals first, because somebody's plan may be great for a cut and not great for a bulk. For example, if your goal is to run a marathon and you need to do intense running an intense marathon training and prep, your fitness and nutrition plan is going to look very, very, very different from somebody who is prepping for a bodybuilding competition. So that's why goals are so, so, so important. My specific goals right now is more of like a body recomp. So I know that at 40, maintaining muscle mass is crucial. And I don't have a lot right now as it is, from neglecting my body for the last 3 years. I would say that I'm doing kind of a cross between a bulk and a body recomp, which again is also ties back into the scale thing, right? That's why I'm not so worried about the scale, because I know that I'm eating a little bit more in a maintenance level, trying to focus on building up some muscle while also not putting on a ton of fat. That's enough on goals. We could talk all day long about this stuff, but that's my little piece on goals, fitness, and nutrition. That's all I have for today. I wanted to keep it kind of short. If you know me personally, you know I can sit and talk for hours about fitness. I hope that some of the things I said resonate with you and that you decide to follow my journey. I think it's very important for us to share the rawness and the realness of our journeys, especially at the start, so that people stop comparing their chapter 1s to other people's chapter 100s. You are literally watching, I want to say my chapter 1 since I have been doing fitness for a long time, but I do consider it chapter 1 for me since I have been out of fitness for about 3 years. I am starting over, and I think it's important for you all to see that instead of just seeing the picture perfect ending that we all hope to get. So I hope you enjoy watching my journey. I have lots of fun content planned. I have meal preps, recipe ideas, and I have been saving my packages to do a Gymshark haul try on for you guys. I'm planning to open it, do a Gymshark haul, and try it on so that you guys can see the pieces that I ordered and what they truly look like on me versus the fitness model on the website. It's so hard not to just go in there and open them right now, but I have 2 more packages coming this week, so that's what I'm waiting on. I also have a home gym renovation coming up, so I do work out from home. I have a gym in my garage. It needs a little love right now. So we have some plans. I have some new equipment that we haven't been able to set up yet. We have plans to do a complete overhaul on my home gym, and I'm planning to film that for you guys so that you can come along on that journey as well. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I really, really, really appreciate it. Please go follow me on Instagram as well. I do post a lot of stuff on my stories there. So if you are here to truly follow my journey and see what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, that's the best place for you to catch me. Thank you. Bye. So you'll have the content. Oh my God, you're rambling. What are you doing? That's the place. Oh my God, can you just get this together? Oh, you're so awkward.